Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello, and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy Monday, chilly Monday. Breaking all kinds of records that we have not seen in some almost 120 years here in South Florida.
I'm going to build me a snowman today.
Yeah.
Even though there's not that much ice out there. I'm still going to try. I might just do it with the moss I have in my backyard.
Yeah.
My friend's husband tried to make it snow in the backyard for their kids, and I think that's the most adorable thing I've ever heard.
It is.
Oh, it's great.
It's such a cute thing.
Yeah, it is.
It was bizarre because my entire life, I always heard about snow from my mom and my dad. My dad grew up in Pennsylvania. My mom grew up in Rhode Island. And at times there would be snow there. They'd talk about it. I'd go, what is this crazy snow? That's why when I was a kid and there were icicles on the fucking trees, which there were. Whoever said that comment earlier saying, oh, there's never tree or ice trees in Florida, bird. There were. You got jacked up as a kid.
Oh, yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, you do have some vindication. Jennifer said, yes, a bird is right. It snowed in Palm Beach County January 19th, 1977.
That I know about, and that's not what I'm even talking about. I'm saying when I was 6 or 7, you would walk outside and there were at times during Christmas time, icicles were in the trees. They were.
One person said, Bird, we had ice in 1985 and 1989. Both were freeze years. We are farmers, and it's not a fun time for us.
Okay, thank God.
There you go. The
Thank
farmers,
you, farmers.
Mm-hmm.
They got your back.
They might be out
I
west.
wish I could do farming again.
Yeah. So there you go. People backing the bird up there on that.
I'm like, am I going crazy?
No.
Again?
Riker said, I'm from Okeechobee, but I live in Webster, Florida, just south of Ocala. And at 10 p.m. last night, we had snow flurries. I never thought I would see snow in Florida in my lifetime.
Wow.
But I did, and so my children. Coolest experience ever. At 7 a.m. this morning, my truck thermometer said 17 degrees with a feel-like temperature of 9.
Whoa.
That's crazy for Florida.
The first time I saw it was in Oregon, and you both told me, if you try to eat that snow, make sure it's not salty. And I swear to you, I had one bite of snow. That shit was salty.
Ugh.
Was that piss?
I don't know.
I hope it was deer.
Well, they say, like, even if there's no piss in your snow, you shouldn't eat it because it absorbs all kinds of toxic stuff in the atmosphere.
Oh, birds shitting and amoebas are flying and running and sliming.
Yeah, Blue Ridge Gator said, yeah, that's what it's like in North Carolina right now. We have snow on the ground. Yeah, I saw that. Got a little photo from a goober up there in South Kakalaki, and he said in Spartanburg, where Sugar Tit is, that they even got a little bit more snow. So I think they had what's called that, they had that bomb cyclone.
Do I have consent to ask a question?
Is it about tits?
It is, yes. Absolutely.
How did I know?
Right.
He hears tit, and that's the only thing he heard in that whole sentence. And then he started thinking about titties.
I did.
And now he has a titty question.
I can't stop thinking about it.
I can't stop thinking about titty.
I'm going to have to get it out, Kevin. I'm sorry.
Go for it, your titty.
Do you feel a difference in your nipples when it's this cold? Do women in general, can you, like when you wake up, you're like, oh, my nips are just, aching.
Throbbing.
Well, now it's getting kind of hot.
Yeah, when it's cold, you definitely feel it in your nipples. But hopefully, when you go outside, your nipples aren't exposed. You should have multiple layers on your nipples today, girls.
And I know I have nipples too. I don't know. I get like pancake nipples. I got pancake tits.
Yours aren't as fun.
Yeah, my shit's pancake tits.
Gotta keep them warm. They can get chapped in this kind of weather.
Yes, put a little balm on them.
I played ball with a guy that always had chapped nipples, and he would never shut the fuck up about it. It's like, oh, my nipples are chapped. I'm like, dude, I don't need to know this.
Jesus said, my kids go to Green Acres Elementary, and we got a message last night about how they might cancel school today because of the weather. My wife is from Pennsylvania, and she started laughing and was asking, why would they do that? Well, it's kind of like we had seen they canceled the green market on Saturday for severe weather alert is what it said. And we were there, and the temperature was 57, and it was maybe lightly sprinkling later, which would have been towards the end of what the green market would have been. But I thought the weather was probably good enough.
It was gorgeous at like 9. Oh, it was beautiful.
It was a gorgeous Saturday. And I know talking about the weather, like, oh, how's the weather? But it really was.
It really was.
It was a mystical day.
Oh, I love just a little light jacket, light sweater with blue skies.
Strong buzz. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Had a really good time. The weather held up great for the Komen More Than Pink walk on the West Palm Beach waterfront on Saturday morning. It was great. We got a video posted up on our Instagram with some of these survivors that are out there telling stories that just goes to show you that no two stories are really the same. Your experiences are going to be different, but regardless of what it is, you can find camaraderie and you can find support and hope by going out to a great event like that. And so there was a lot of really cool things that happened with that day. It was great to see all the survivors, especially when you got the group, the 30-plus year survivor group.
Yes.
Oh, you can feel the love out there, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was nice. It was a great event. And then on Saturday night, we had a really good time at the Andrea C. Cameron Foundation benefit. Her sons put that on. Her son Tyler is the president, and they've given out 33 scholarships now because of the donations that have happened and doing great things in their mom's name. So I was happy to do that. They had all kinds of reality stars were there. They had the ladies from Members Only Palm Beach.
All of them.
Yeah, okay.
Even Gail.
Okay. You've seen the whole series
Yeah.
so far? Okay, you watched every episode?
Gail's the one that sat on the edge of the sofa and then fell off, and her wig got all messed up. And then the other girl, Romina, was kind of like saying, we need to get Gail a new wig. Her wig is kind of fakakta.
Wait, that shit happened on Saturday?
No, this happened on the show.
Oh, I was like, where the fuck was I at for this?
This happened on Members Only Palm Beach on the show. And so, sure enough, at Saturday night at the gala, I did notice Gail had a new wig and it looked good.
Okay, all right.
She upgraded that wig game and she looked good.
Okay, it helped her out.
I got my picture with her.
Don't you, if you do go the wig style, don't you like, I don't know, anchor it into your hair a little bit or no?
Depends. I mean, I guess you could. There's like little clippies and stuff that you could, yeah.
I don't know. All my wigs are from the costume store, and they fall off when I dance a little too hard.
Cheap wigs don't have the clippies.
And we'll have a video showing that event posted a little bit later on here today that you can see. In fact, you got a little snapshot of it right now. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can kind of see the decor was great there at the Hilton in West Palm Beach.
It was fun. They did a great job. The theme was Saturday Night Fever, disco. So everybody had their disco outfits on.
I don't think I influenced anybody, but I tell you what, the guy serving the bread influenced me, and I really hit it off with him.
You did?
That.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Tyler looked great. His girlfriend, Tate, looked amazing. Did you see Tate's outfit?
I did, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. She looks stunning.
They're very fit.
Yes, they're the fit couple. Your boy Logan Morrison looked good with them shoes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, he's already tall. And I'm like, dude, you're like 3 feet taller than I am right now. I'm like, you're already tall. Why do you have to go to the platform? He's like,
it's disco.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy. And I wonder if I have met him before at the baseball camps when I was younger.
Okay,
I think I might have talked to him before. Okay. He looks so... I heard you say his name and go, oh, yeah, I know this
He's
guy.
a fun party dog.
Yeah.
Him and I have been judging this food eating competition thing for like years, and we always just cackle and have so much fun. He's a party dog.
He is. He's a fun dude. He had many good years in the major leagues, too.
Okay, he's not playing no more.
No.
He looks like he's still can
absolutely.
play.
Oh, yeah, he's in great shape.
He's in great shape.
He's a fun guy.
Yeah. So that was a really cool event on Saturday night. So loved everybody that was able to come out there. Now, we were also talking earlier, too, because I'm already starting to see that a lot of people have guests from out of town. And what is your staple go-tos? Where do you take people when they come in from out of town? I know I've got mine. We talked about some. I even picked up a few from today. And Christina said, I live in Oakland Park right there near Fort Lauderdale. And our number one place to take company to eat is TJ Thai Sushi in Fort Lauderdale. I had not even heard of that place.
TJ Thai Sushi.
It's
okay.
TEE-JAY Thai Sushi.
I love places that have Thai and sushi. It's so good.
They said, I just had family in from Ohio, and they got stuck here longer than expected due to the weather and requested that we go back there again. So we went there twice in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
I love going back to a restaurant more than once a day.
Oh, we know, girl. We know.
Go to the ale house. Were you here earlier?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Karim was asking if anybody's been to Italy in West Palm Beach.
I just ordered it over the weekend.
I was in there on Saturday after our Komen walk. I went over there and picked up some gifts.
I think we actually did that place for Captain Crust. I thought we got pizza from there.
No. He's talking about Italy in City Place.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Okay.
I'm a fucking moron.
All right.
Fucking moron.
Mm-hmm.
It's high end. I went in there and I got like 5 chocolate bars, Italian chocolates to give to my friend, and it was like $50.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
I was like, oh.
Well, I think they established themselves that City Place is going to be the upper crust, higher end.
Yeah, and the bottom level is like a grocery store, kind of.
Yeah.
But it is expensive.
Where did we get the pizza from? What's that place called? I think that place.
Italia.
All right, I'm just. I don't fucking.
Italia.
Got ya. All right. Very confusing.
It's tricky.
I am.
Italy is the one that Kevin's talking about.
So confused.
And Richard said, Caps Place Lighthouse Point. Pompano got to take a boat to get to it.
Ooh.
But I saw some place. It looked like a little restaurant that you have to take a boat to. I wonder if that's it. And it looked really cool. My wife saw it and she's like, we've got to go there.
We've talked about
that
why Peanut Island doesn't open up a restaurant in that space they've got is beyond me. How cool is that? Taking a boat to an island and a restaurant on the island, even if you just opened up on the weekends, it would be slammed.
They've got the old Coast Guard house, and if they did something with that area, you could open something really cool there on Peanut Island.
Totally.
There's got to be a reason why, because we're not the first people to think of that idea.
Absolutely not.
So there's some reason why that's not happening.
Is it because it's a state park?
Possibly.
Yeah, I think
Things
so.
start to change.
Yeah, because you could see some developer would jump right on it if they had a chance.
Oh, and
whoever has the money, should do it.
And there'll be 4 condominiums that all look the same, that are shitty, and everyone is going to be upset, but they have the money so they can do it.
Right.
And Blue Ridge Gator said probably too much environmental red tape to build something. I'd imagine that's it, because they do try to make it
There's
almost...
a structure already there. What I'm saying is take that structure and make that already established structure into like a weekend restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But then the structure is, good luck, Sinicki.
It's not up to code.
There's codes.
And Samantha here, we were talking about this server that had gone viral. She was upset that somebody wanted her to cut their burger. They tipped him $3, and she basically called him a loser because of it. And I was like, that seemed like a crazy request. But she said, longtime Flanagan's employee, and we are not cutting your burger in half. Okay.
Yeah, no, like I get why you don't want to cut the burger. I understand that. I'm just saying, is it the best strategy to try to get the best tip?
No.
If I was a server, which I have been before, if a person asked me to cut their burger, I'm like, all right, fuck you, you're weird, but I'll cut the burger and I'm on with my day.
I'm going to cut your burger
on.
and stab myself.
Yeah, but life goes on. I'll stab myself, eat my own burger. I don't know if it's that deep.
Don't know if you saw over the weekend. There are a couple movies that did well. That Sam Raimi's Send Help won the box office $20 million. Not a great weekend for movies.
What is it? Send help. Is it a horror movie?
I don't know. I didn't even look at it. There was nothing that got me too excited that was out there. They did have the Melania documentary that opened up, and they said that predominantly everybody went to that was female and 55 or older. It did make $7 million, but they dropped $75 million to make and market it. So it won't be a money loser, but I'm sure there is other incentives that made it worth their while to do
Okay,
it.
Kevin, you have to talk about a Democratic movie now. You know how this
As soon
works.
as they come out with one, I will.
I'd like to see the Clinton one.
Oh, that's what would be.
Hillary's got to be like, damn it, Bill, again.
Only if it was legit real. If they made it.
I couldn't imagine. Yeah, if some of these people, they told the stories. Yeah, for real. They're going to be higher than a rated R. We'll get to some of that coming up here in a second.
Well, that's why people always say just don't ever put stock in celebrities so much because they're human like everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you knew stories about every single president and they gave you the honest shit, you'd be like, what?
Whoa.
Yes.
We got a comment here about Glory, the movie we were talking about late last week, that had a really good cast. Denzel Washington was in it. He was young. Matthew Broderick was in it. And Morgan Freeman also. Fantastic cast. Civil War movie. But Melissa said, Glory is a great movie. It was filmed on Jekyll Island, Georgia. My family and I were there on vacation, and we were staying at the same hotel as Morgan Freeman and Matthew Broderick. We got to meet Morgan Freeman. Me and his daughter rode bikes around in the parking lot. He was super sweet. Didn't meet Matthew Broderick, but the hotel staff said he was such a little biatch, and they all called him Matt the Brat.
Wow.
They call them now, they're not hit pieces, they're called video essays, and they're people that go back and do a 30-minute hit piece on that person.
That's
and
good.
bring up all this shit, but they have to say it's an essay so they don't get sued.
I love it.
And Chuck in Albuquerque said, Kev, the newest Jurassic World Rebirth film starring Scarlett Johansson that came out last summer is good and worth a watch. I wasn't a fan of the series when it became Jurassic World, but this latest film was very entertaining. Okay.
Yeah, there's always one that's mixed in that's good. They always find their footing, but to your point, there's a lot of shit in there too.
Right. And got this from Christina in Brooklyn. She said, I heard what you were saying about not letting apps or your smart TV track the content you're viewing. I gave you how you can kind of get out of that if you do not want it tracking what you're doing. She said, I work in digital marketing, and I can confirm that you won't see any less ads. You're going to see less relevant ads. Just like Kevin said, it helps you see ads that are related to the content you're viewing. People get really squirrely, though, as they're building profiles of you. Some people absolutely do not want to be known like that. To me, I haven't seen anything that is too adverse in my life. And if I am going to get ads anyway, I'd rather see something that maybe I might actually buy than the other things. It's kind of like when I let my wife on my social media. I'm getting all makeup ads. I'm like, I'm not going to buy any of this stuff.
Dude, I know a person that I played baseball with back from the first school I went to, and he has gone completely unplugged. He no social media, no cell phone, none of that shit. He has an old school phone.
Wow.
You can never get a hold of him. You have to write him a letter.
That's kind of nice, though.
He says he loves it.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I don't get to talk to him that much because I can't really get a hold of him.
Right. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Some people look, they get it. Where I grew up, a lot of people, they love living in the country for that reason. They just want peace, quiet. They don't want a lot of people around. They want their own space, and they absolutely love that you got to drive 45 minutes to get into town.
I think there's more people out there that are like that and don't realize that they are so distracted by everything. And if they really did take a week, if they were forced to and not realizing what was going down, you had 2 weeks with nothing, I think you would see a significant increase in your attitude and how you feel about everything.
Yeah, it is really crazy when you're out there. I remember, when I was playing basketball, we were playing one of the little country schools. It was way out, about 30 minutes out of town. It's just in the middle of nowhere, over the hills and down through the hollers, and talking to some of the kids. Never had been to the big city, Logan. They had never been to Columbus. They'd never been anywhere except for they'd never seen stoplights. They just didn't even know any of that stuff. And they were, 10, 12 years old. I was like, wow. I mean, there are just some people, they don't do that stuff. They just don't go to town.
And you forget that there's parts of the country that's like that. We're on the coast, so we're in the hot zone of pop culture and everything. But in the middle of fucking Iowa, you mean to tell me shit ain't going weird out there?
You're right.
Nothing against Iowa. I mean, I think it's a beautiful country.
I wouldn't go.
A lot of corn.
I'm good.
Christina said, I turn off location sharing with all these apps, and I don't allow them to share any of my health data, like my monthly cycle, for safety reasons, but I still let them track my other online activities so I can be served the ads I actually want to see. When it comes to all this data, Meta owns it, or Google or TikTok, etc. I run ads for my brand on Facebook and Instagram, and we can't see that Jason in West Palm Beach wants weird alien statues. Meta owns all of that, and the only kinds of things I can see is things like, of the people who bought from this ad, 75% were using an iPhone, 65% were female, age splits, etc. So that's what they're getting.
Whoa.
So that's kind of how the data goes.
Do I have consent to ask another question?
Is it about my titties?
No, it's actually about the downstairs.
All right, bring it on, big boy.
Because you're very calendar driven and you always have things written out. Is that how you are with your monthly friend?
I no longer get a monthly friend. I'm old as fuck.
You old?
Yeah.
Really? It's gone. Like she's gone.
Gone, pecan.
You saving a ton of money on not having to buy the feminine hygiene products?
I love not having to buy feminine hygiene products because, it's like, $30 a month to.
Well, okay, here's my question. What would you prefer? Because you don't have to worry about that anymore. That's something it's out of the cycle, so to speak. Do you like that better than what you're going through now?
No, because of the hot flashes. The hot flashes are pretty terrible. And I think hot flashes are worse than menstruating.
Wow. You never were a cramper.
Thank God.
We've talked about that before.
I never was a bad cramper. I never had really miserable. I know a lot of women have miserable menstrual cycles. Luckily, I wasn't one of them. For me, it was just mildly inconvenient.
I dated someone like that. It was tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's real. I know some women really have a tough time with pain and moodiness and PMS and just extreme emotions. Mm-hmm. Thank God I did not have rough periods.
That's good.
But they say if you have an easy menstrual journey, that your menopause journey, you're fucked.
Oh,
and
really?
It has been pretty rough. I'm not going to lie.
You get it early or you get it late?
Well, you just get it harder.
She didn't have to go through all the cramping, but she has to now in your older years. You're going through
mood swings.
Well, that
rage.
Yeah, again, me and Kevin have a tough time with that one just because even when you had a cycle, you kind of had those things.
I still had a lot of rage or just a little bit of rage. I'm having a hard time figuring out if I have more rage now or less rage or same rage.
Same. I think you really do have. I believe it or not, I think you've mellowed out in certain areas, but you definitely had rage in your 30s when I knew you.
All right, so I've been consistently insane.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
I just feel like the hot flashes, it takes it to the next level because just immediately you're just drenched in sweat. And so it's hard to feel cute, look cute, smell cute when you're always sweaty and gross. Mm-hmm.
I walk around smell like an egg.
I got up from an airplane seat.
Oh, God.
And I looked down and the seat was like all wet with sweat.
Boy, I am so turned on.
Yes.
And the lady sitting next to me, she looked at the seat and she saw it too. And I was like, sorry, menopause. Like, I don't know what to tell you. sweaty.
If a stranger said that to me, they got up and there's a big puddle, menopause, and they just walked away. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
What the fuck? That is the best way to describe menopause.
So would you sweat from your back, your butt crack, everything?
Everywhere.
Okay, so it was just every place that you had skin would leave a wet puddle.
Like the back of my neck will be dripping. I'll feel it dripping down my back.
Wow.
My leg.
A PS? Or
PS.
I'll clean it up. VS?
Vag sweat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin.
That's a crevice, too. Every crevice. Every place where skin touches skin, wet.
Wow.
Oh, some could argue it's the most dangerous hole to ever get involved in. Some would say that.
It's the most powerful hole on the planet.
It's a pretty powerful hole.
Well, the Justice Department completed the release of roughly 3.5 million pages of Jeffrey Epstein case materials, including photos and videos. They dropped it on Friday, which is typically what they love to do. Because, people kind of go wandering off. But it did give people a little bit of time to then go through it. But when you've got that much to go through, it's going to take you a bit of time. So, that was one of the things where people were trying to get through it. In fact, some people were trying to use AI to help them weed through it, to find key names and make it a little bit easier. And there are some things. Now, look, there's nothing that's concrete that's going to send somebody to prison. But there are names that come up and you're like going, okay, well, how close were they? Just because Jeffrey Epstein named you or sent you an email really doesn't mean much. You could add your email address. I got all kinds of emails from people I don't know.
Right.
And, it could have been like, oh, he sent us a request one time or an email for the after the show. And all of a sudden my name's in the documents. Well, I had nothing to do with this guy. So, the names, you're like, all right. But, you got everything from Elon Musk in here, Harvey Levin, TMZ guy, Steve Bannon, if you know politics, you know that guy, Howard Lutnick, if you know politics, you know that. These are all pretty heavy hitters that are in there. They also include unverified FBI tips, mentioning Donald Trump and other celebrities. There's more stuff about the Clintons in there as well. Now, Trump is saying that the files clear him, and he has threatened lawsuits over some of the false claims that have happened. So I think there's probably part reason in that why people are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to wind up in a lawsuit, but that's probably where you're going to wind up. Now, they also have Epstein's close 2019 communications with Steve Bannon. He's, kind of was in the Trump administration. Now he's just kind of a guy that just is a talking head that does his own things, but he's very influential when it comes to steering politics and whatnot.
Go on social media and start talking about Steve Bannon and let me know how things go for you. As far as just people are going to...
Is it going to be like a instant fight?
You're going to get some interaction, dog.
You got everything in here as well. There's photos of Bill Clinton, references to Prince Andrew appear. Excluding Prince Andrew, none are publicly accused of crimes. The release also adds new details about Epstein's 2019 jail death, noting his last message did not resemble a suicide note, though investigators still ruled it a suicide and describes use of a decoy body to avoid media attention. So did they use another body, a bait and switch, to get him out of the jail so there weren't any kind of issues with the press?
That's what there's a lot of murmur about on social media, that Epstein's not dead.
See, all this stuff just reads like an amazing movie script. Now, I don't know that anything will ever be verified and we'll ever know the truth at all, but people like chewing on this stuff because it is so salacious that you're like, oh my gosh, with prominent names, and imagine if they really had all this insidious stuff that was happening. Now, Epstein claimed that Bill Gates caught an STD from sex with Russian girls and then asked for antibiotics to secretly give it to his then wife, Melinda.
All right, this is starting to sound like an episode of a fucking show at this point.
So
he wanted to slip antibiotics to his wife because he was afraid he gave her an STD that he got from a whore?
A Russian whore.
Oh, the chlamyds. Mm-hmm. You got the chlamydia.
Damn.
Yep. So that was kind of a new one. LinkedIn founder Reid Hoffman, who bankrolled the E. Jean Carroll lawsuit against Donald Trump, is featured extensively in the new Epstein files, visiting Zorro Ranch and alleged pedophile island. Former Prince Andrew seems to be crouching over a woman in some creepy photos.
I saw those.
They do have some of that, but they've completely, blacked out who it was. And there was a video I saw, too, with Jeffrey Epstein chasing what looked like 3 girls around a kitchen.
Also, too, just the word crouching man, it's not
Yeah, it
usually doesn't lead to a good ending.
It's not a good look.
No.
You know, if I were in that compromising position, yeah, there'd be hell to pay. Like it did not look good. There's also an internal email chain among U.S. government personnel documents the receipt of a report alleging that Ghislaine Maxwell sold a girl into sexual slavery and torture in the 1990s, resulting in her death. With Prince Andrew named by the reporting individual as an accessory. So, I mean, this is where it went. It started to get into some really heavy stuff. And that's where I think some of the stuff that people were hoping would come out originally, I think Friday had some legit salacious stuff that if this is what your thing is, you're looking at it and be like, okay, we're getting some stuff here.
Epstein wrote a letter, but the whole thing's been redacted. So, hey, guys, and then everything else is just crossed out. So there's, never mind. That joke did not land. I hate that when you guys.
Can you redact your joke?
I wish. Denny's, please redact my joke.
Redact the joke.
It wasn't even a joke. There's no punchline, no good setup. That was fucking terrible.
Jeffrey Epstein emailed author Michael Wolff in 2019 in which he admits that President Trump never got a massage. And then several photos of former President Clinton are included, some with women, some without.
Oh, you know he got a massage.
Yeah, I haven't seen that link in him yet.
I did not inhale.
I did not have sex with her.
I did not inhale her clit. I swear I did not inhale her clit.
Epstein wrote to Maxwell of an alleged underage orgy that Stephen Hawking allegedly participated in.
Stephen Hawking?
The dude in the wheelchair, remember that with the brilliant mind?
That's weird.
A brilliant mind, and also always said some scary shit about humanity, about how, yeah, it ain't going to end good for us. Like,
yeah.
Fuck, he's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Do we believe this?
A new release of Jeffrey Epstein-related documents has stirred up noise because it includes unverified FBI tip reports that mention several famous names, including Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein, and Pusha T. Now, according to an FBI crisis intake report included in the last Epstein release, an anonymous victim who claimed she had been drugged and sexually abused in several instances throughout the years said Pusha T was one of her handlers. And in the report, the victim said that she once woke up in a room with Harvey Weinstein and Jay-Z with her. The report also stated that because the victim was drugged in both scenarios, her memory was clouded. So that is one thing that's kind of crazy. And then, of course, you know, people dig up all of the fringe kind of stuff that is out there. And somebody's now going back to this Kanye rant that he had about Jay-Z a while ago and saying, oh, you know, he may be crazy, but he doesn't care. Kanye going to blow it all up.
What was that one woman's name? Was it Jaguar?
Was it Jaguar White?
Yes, she kept on. I mean, she was coming out with some crazy shit about.
Is she alive still?
About Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Can we do a welfare check on her?
Well, I saw an interview where I think she was on Piers Morgan, and he had to immediately retract all of her statements because she was saying it as fact.
Right, and that's where all this stuff is. Look, this is just loose, crazy things that I don't know if any of this is going to land, but here was what Kanye had to say back in the day.
If you take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living killing our people, so how the they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars. Man. Liars are now the face of our culture.
So Nicki Minaj has now gone off. She posted some shocking accusations on X, I guess just today, alleging an unnamed favorite artist implied to be Jay-Z via photos with Aaliyah and Beyonce engages in satanic rituals, including mutilating and sacrificing babies from other countries as blood sacrifices. She also claimed these people sacrificed children for power, tying it to industry Satanism. She additionally called Jay-Z a child predator, posting photos of the rap mogul with an underage Aaliyah and Beyonce. The post followed Trevor Noah's Grammy joke about her, where she was nominated but didn't win. The claims went viral, amplified by media and users, though Jay-Z hasn't responded. Similar unsubstantiated conspiracy theories about music industry rituals have circulated for years.
One thing I've learned, someone can make a joke on stage and then all of a sudden shit starts to unravel, i.e. Bill Cosby. That
You're
was
right.
a joke that was a throwaway joke that Hannibal didn't even expect to really do anything, and someone picked it up and go, I keep hearing shit about Bill Cosby, and they started doing an investigation, and it sounds like when it comes to Jay-Z, his name just keeps getting brought up a lot. That's all I'm saying.
It does. It is tied into this a lot, but it doesn't look like there's anything necessarily substantial to stick to him. Now, there is one photo where Leah is leaning back against him and he's behind her. You would think they're probably like boyfriend, girlfriend. And then Nikki, of course, posted. Jay-Z was 26 at the time. Aaliyah was 15.
Oh, Aaliyah, she didn't have a shot.
Then she posts another photo and it's just Jay-Z and Beyonce, but he was 27 at the time. She was 16. Not to say who knows what happened and when they got together on that. So, you don't really know what's going on. But the one thing that I thought was kind of interesting, remember last week we were talking about that other lawsuit that was filed that just kind of seemed like another accuser that had come in. But what she had said was one thing that was different. She had said there were occult rituals that were happening. And remember, we started talking a little bit about Eyes Wide Shut, and then there was a photo in one of the places that had masks in it.
Yes.
And we're like, wow, that's kind of crazy. And now Joe Rogan had on the co-writer of Pulp Fiction, the movie. And he was talking a bit about the script and how it really was supposed to have a bit of the pedophilia in it. And it
Eyes Wide Shut was.
Yes, Eyes Wide Shut was. And it seemed like it really was going to talk of the powerful and these kind of things that happen. I remember back in the 2000s, we were hearing stories about Eyes Wide Shut kind of things happening on Palm Beach. Now, I don't know if it was Epstein or unrelated, but I remember we had a couple callers saying, yeah, there's some crazy stuff happening over there.
And then someone would read the script and go, you're not fucking putting this out. We're going to clean this up.
That's exactly what happened.
Exactly.
Yeah. So here's what he had to say about that with Joe Rogan.
That's the party line.
That's their version,
That's the party line, but I think that they changed the notes, the close-ups, the inserts of the notes. I think those are changed. It's missing a narration, third-person narration. Like that scene where he sees the prostitute who's died. He's at the morgue and he's looking at her and he's like leaning over her. It's a bed for narration. There's this whole thing. What they do instead, because they couldn't say that Kubrick finished the movie because they hadn't done the recording of the narrator yet. And so maybe they just kind of kludged it together, except there's an entire thread that's kind of been squashed in that film, and that's the two men that are throughout the movie that are constantly in the background of the film, who eventually in the final shots of the film you see, like Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman in that final scene in the toy store when she's looking at the Rosemary's Baby bassinet, which is totally Kubrick saying something, and they never take their eyes off their daughter until the moment they take their eyes off and the final line of the movie is coming up. You see those two guys walking off with the daughter. They're taking her away. They've given their daughter to the pedo cult. That's what's happened at the end of the movie. And there's an incident where when they first screened the movie in England, people who were outside, this is all secondhand, by the way. There were people who were outside of the theater who could hear inside of the theater Kubrick yelling at all the executives and saying, "It's my movie, you can't cut it. You can't cut my film, blah, 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 blah." Big argument going on. Then he dies like 4 days later.
Yeah, Kubrick was known to be a dick. He broke down Shelley Duvall during the filming of The Shining to a point that would never be allowed today. They drove her into a psychosis. He wouldn't tell Shelley Duvall during the filming of The Shining of what was happening. He would legitimately try to put horror and terror in her, and she wouldn't be ready for it, and he'd film it, and she got fucked up from it.
So this is a lot of the stuff that had happened back in the old Hollywood. And so, yeah, he was saying, according to Roger Avery, who has the original script, he said the film was centered around an elite pedophile ring, and the final scene in the movie was meant to depict Tom Cruise and Nicole's characters selling their child to the ring.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fucked up ending.
Whoa.
And so that's kind of where it's going, is more of a darker, demonic kind of thing. And this was an odd little clip that I saw too. Supposedly this is Jeffrey Epstein's niece, and she is talking about the family's connection to the cult of Baal, or Baal, as some people will say it. Yeah. Now, this was a god that you even have stories about Baal. He was a weather god back in the Bible. And there's one thing where the prophets of Baal are taking on Elijah. And so Yahweh was kind of a weather god as well that came up through the pantheon of all the Jewish gods that they had originally. And then it became the premier god. And so there was a big story about that. So Baal was the god that they had for the Canaanites. And so here she is talking about how the family worshiped this god.
My family masqueraded themselves as Jewish publicly, but behind closed doors, at Passover dinners, when I was drugged, would admit, we are Satanists. They told me that we belonged to the cult of Baal, B-A''A''L. They told me this with consistency while I was being abused. Now, what you can look up about the cult of Baal, information that is publicly available, is that it is thousands of years old. It is a Phoenician satanic fertility cult. And publicly, it's supposed to have been eradicated. But to my knowledge and my experience, it is not. This is what people perceive the Illuminati to be.
So this is where just some of the latest accusations got weird and dark. It went from the child sex trafficking to almost child sacrifice.
I mean, I don't think this stuff is overly prevalent throughout the world, but I do think it exists. I think there are sick people. I mean, just even when I watch these stories where a guy gets taken down, he's got all kind of child porn on his phone or his computer. The police officers always want to find out, where did you get this from? We want to find out who's producing this and who's getting this out. We want to get the big dog. And it's a real thing. I mean, it's something that a lot of people out there are doing it.
I am just so curious because think about it. Epstein bought this island so that he could do whatever he wanted to do, and nobody's watching you on your own island, where you build this weird temple that looks really freaky, like it's from some kind of occult or something dark. It's got that feel to it.
Yeah.
Where are the victims from the island? I bet you they're not with us anymore.
They're on the island or in the island.
They're dead.
Or in the water.
Because they were sacrificed at the island, because that's the only way you can get away with what you want to get away with on this island. You can't let people leave this island to tell the story about what happened on this island.
You don't think anything is possible, because I just didn't think that humans could get this dark. But then when you really look in the dark recesses of human trafficking and what happens with that, you realize that unfortunately there is just an evil that people have zero regard for human life. And there are a lot of people that just get lost in the system. And as crazy as some of these allegations are, and where the story is just like, whew, I mean, it's really out there now. You do see, like, okay, as fanciful as this sounds, there is part of you believes it could be true.
Well,
right.
Imagine a person who has zero spiritual guidance. I'm not talking religion. Right. I'm saying just a spiritual commonality with a fellow
morally,
human being. Dead. Yes. If you're morally corrupt to a point where you don't give a shit about humanity, you'll be a monster, and monsters exist.
It's a pretty crazy, fanciful tale. Now, there are people that are also still sticking with the line that Jeffrey Epstein, in a sense, he was made a Mossad agent. He was not qualified for the money or the jobs that he ever got, but his whole goal was to go in there and get access to the presidents and the really wealthy people that he did. Ghislaine Maxwell's father had developed something that had to do with software where he could back end into all these different computer services. So he could get government information, he could get insider information when it came to trading and stocks. So politically and financially, he could benefit from that greatly as well. So could the Israeli government. And so that's what he was used as an agent. That's why he was placed in these positions and given the contacts that he was for a guy that wasn't qualified to be where he was in life. Now, again, just adds to the story and what it is. There's so many crazy, insane things happening out there that who knows that any of this stuff will ever land.
Also, too, Bill Clinton's a lizard person.
Yeah, right. Ryan in Lake Worth Beach, he said in his notes, he kind of went through, and they were using, he and his intern spent the past 24 hours using AI to kind of go through this.
It is a deep dive.
And he had said, the Department of Justice did a terrible job redacting, which makes sense considering the sheer volume of the filings. It's almost like they relied on AI because there are instances where a person's name or address is not fully blacked out. For example, in the attached email, you can see the person's name and email addresses clear as day. And I did see an interview on CNN with one of the victims, and she was very upset that they had handled it the way that they did. I don't think she felt like they had handled the documents with care, which is the one thing she said. She said, this is, the second worst thing that happened to us. The first being abused, and then second of all, to have this out the way it is. And he says a lot of local politicians are going to have some questions to answer if they want to run for re-election. So, there is some stuff. Obviously, PBSO, Rick Bradshaw, the sweetheart deal that he got.
The other thing, too, is I think people are not going to put up or want a politician type answer or a PR answer. Oh, blah, blah, blah. No. People are going to come for you, and they're going to grill your ass, and you better be ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, that stuff will be interesting. He said here that an email from 2010 shows you how power and control really work in Palm Beach County. When Epstein's inner circle was searching for a lawyer 16 years ago, they were not searching for lawyers based on their qualifications. This is Palm Beach County. So, of course, they picked their lawyer based on image. The men writing these emails were basically saying, we need a female lawyer who's well-connected, preferably connected to Rick Bradshaw. And there are some names in there, even in this one. You even have, like I said, you're going to see lots of names in all these documents. And there's even Lois Frankel is mentioned in one of these. She's very political in West Palm Beach politics and is especially close to Lois Frankel. So, like I said, you'll see names, but just because a name is in there means absolutely nothing.
I gave her a lap dance in her office, and I swear to you on my mother, I had no idea what political party she was part of.
I saw her like a couple of weeks ago at the Billy Joel thing in Wellington. Lois was there, and she brought that up that day that she got the treat of a lifetime.
That was
the surprise of a lifetime, she called it.
Pretty cringy video, because I think there is a part, if you go back and watch that, where she almost tells her handler,
that's it, wrap it up.
Seriously, what the fuck?
Do you blame her?
No.
I mean,
I was in there.
I can't believe you were in there for as long as you were.
I think because she was on, I think like the 10th or 11th floor, and I don't do well with heights. I think I had a little drink in me to give me a little, so I was really like dancing it up.
Okay, you were feeling it.
You were going to make it extra sexy
I made
for
it
her.
extra sexy. I just didn't realize that I had a timer.
At some point, she's like, we got to shut this down.
But that was a time, I mean, back when I really didn't even know people's politics. And now it's like the first thing people talk about. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that people really care so much about it now. And, but that's where it is. Now, I think we're starting to know some of the stories. Are any of the stories true at all? Will anybody ever be prosecuted? Time is ticking. I really would doubt it because of the people that have been named. They're going to be able to find ways to sidestep, and they know how to find loopholes and to keep things at bay and tie things up in courts and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know we're ever going to see it. I think we're just going to have a crazy, fanciful tale. It'll just be interesting to see if we ever really, truly know what did happen. I mean, we look at these people and the more things that come out, it seems like Prince Andrew is a complete dirtbag. It'd be hard to believe anything other than that.
Right.
So.
And Prince Harry's wife cannot cook for shit.
They just put that as a sidebar on the documents.
I saw another Meghan Markle baking video today before work.
Oh, okay. That's what you're doing to get ready?
It does. It was in the background. I'm like, she's trying to fucking take a cookie and put one motherfucking sprinkle and a leaf on it and saying it's elevated food.
It's quite a salacious story. I don't think in my lifetime there's ever been anything with so many big names doing so many unbelievably unspeakable things. If these accusations would be even remotely, even half true, I'm still shocked and horrified at
Was
these
it
stories.
always like that, and we didn't know about that because social media is so prevalent, and everyone's got a voice, and everything is so in your face?
Yeah.
Well, it's just interesting to me, too, that this Epstein niece is saying that, oh, yeah, that's what our family did. We did worship the devil. We were a part of this cult.
Yeah.
That's what our family did. We pretended to be just regular Jewish people, but we weren't.
But was there ever a night, and here would be my question, because this is where my crazy brain goes. Let's say it's a Friday night. They're still going to do the worship the deviling thing, but they're all kind of tired. Do they worship the devil light, have pizza? They're watching, Full House, but they're still, the devil's great. Is the mood light, even though they love the devil? Are there nights where, we're devil worshipers, but we're gonna chill, have some pizza? You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, great question.
Is that a great question?
I don't know why you're asking me. I have no idea how the devil's worshipers chill.
I would ask Kevin, but I cannot fucking see Kevin's face for the last 4 months. I can't see his mouth at all.
So if you were wondering what went on with the Epstein stuff, that seems to be like what they have out now. But like I said, with 3.5 million documents out there, there may be more sleaze coming with it. So I guess we'll just wait and see as people get through it.
Crazy.
You're very well versed in all that. It's very impressive.
It was a lot to crunch. I mean, it really was. But and like I said, there's so many people are throwing Hail Marys, and there's going to be people that are purposely going to throw out fake stories just to make this thing seem so insane. That's what they do.
So you have to go and make sure that what you're reading about the Epstein files is actually in the Epstein files and not just some salacious, untrue story that some blogger made up to put out on the internet.
And people are doing that as well.
And I wasn't even talking about your Epstein. I'm talking about your knowledge of religion and gods and all that. It's very impressive.
Well, I mean, it means a lot to me. I love looking into that, and I like to understand other religions and how
History
it all works.
Kev.
Yeah.
It is.
I find it fascinating.
It really is. I know you don't love history that much. I know it's not your cup of soda. History's fucking awesome, man.
Oh, I love it.
I do too.
Yeah, I definitely do love it. Wanted to say a quick little shout out here. I was with the fam at Drive Shack on Saturday afternoon and ran into this lovely couple, Casey and Mr. Mustache from Okeechobee. They came up and we took a photo. I mean, look at that mustache. That's the first thing I'm like, that thing, it's a handlebar mustache.
You can putt with that thing.
Yeah.
See, to me, if you have a handlebar mustache, I feel like you as a person are opening up the conversation to any kind of stranger about your mustache.
Totally.
Right?
You're ready to get it on. You're ready to talk everything.
You're not doing that mustache and not expecting some comments. And I respect it. You're peacocking the shit out of that thing.
It's a party stash.
So Casey said, I just want to give a little shout out to the Kevin Ralston for letting us snap a picture with him on Saturday at Drive Shack. I think you convinced my husband to keep his mustache. Thank God. We fucking love you guys. Even though we don't know. Well, I saw it. I'm like, that is a fantastic mustache. And honestly, I know how much work it takes, so I apologize because he probably is like, oh gosh, I'm just over this thing.
And he's ready to shave it, and you talked him into keeping it.
I know. I'm sorry if I did that.
And
I
think
it stands out.
You and I have a little mustache envy because me and you do not grow great mustaches.
Well, it also takes time, and there's a lot that goes into that to cultivate that look.
Maybe you could ask Hair Club if they could sew you in a little tight-ass mustache.
Maybe.
They do hair.
Yeah.
I would love
That's a terrible idea, but yeah.
but a completely different color than his
Maybe
hair.
it should be a punishment for something.
You go full-on Hulk Hogan blonde mustache.
That'd be something, huh?
Loser has to get like this full-ass mustache for the weekend.
See, that shit ain't a punishment for me. I
You're
will
ready.
fucking rock that
You look
thing.
great with that kind of mustache.
Thank you.
If you could do it. Absolutely. And got a nice email here from Rose. She said, I want to thank you guys for being the amazing people you are. I've had a very rough year this last year, and it all started in January. I lost my dad. I lost the apartment I was living in September. And then in December, I got in a bad car accident. I mean, just one thing after another. She said, but, the one thing that made me smile is the KVJ Show. So thanks even in the rough times for being there. And that's what we want to do. And Thank you so much.
Well,
Appreciate
you're
that,
not
Rose.
alone.
You are not alone. We're all here. We support you. We love you. And if we can make you chuckle and one less tear, that makes us happy.
And dude, sometimes, I mean, everyone goes through shit in life.
Amen.
We're all going to go through stuff. But there are times where life all of a sudden goes, you know what? I'm going to turn up the heat. I'm going to throw about
No
4
doubt
or
it
5
does.
fucking grenades at this motherfucker and
Let's see what this fucker's built
let's
of.
see what they're made of. I don't think it happens often. I think
Yeah.
it happens maybe twice or 3 times in someone's lifetime if you are able to live that long. But sometimes there's
Sure.
the superpower storm
Yeah.
that can fuck you up.
Right.
So stay strong.
Yeah, I hate that that stuff happens. Unfortunately, it does sometimes in life. So stay strong and keep the KVJ show on. We appreciate it. All right, y'all. Send us those emails. mail@kvjshow.com. Thanks for all sticking through an extra long ATS today. You have a great Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.